we start with breaking news for you this afternoon. Speeds reached nearly 120 miles an hour on Highway 10 as highway patrolmen and sheriff's deputies tried to stop a stolen vehicle. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. I'm Lisa Bedeau. The car was reported stolen in Frazee, Minnesota this morning. Becker County Sheriff's deputies spotted the car near Lake Park, but couldn't keep up. Clay County deputies and the Minnesota Highway Patrol picked up the chase. They tried to use stop sticks multiple times. Eventually, one of the deputies used a pit maneuver, which is where a squad car hits the back corner of the vehicle, causing it to spin out and ultimately stop.
It causes some damage, but in the greater scheme of things, in the big picture, nobody got hurt and nobody got killed, and we're willing to pay to fix a squad car here and there to stop these guys from killing an innocent citizen.
Coming up tonight on Valley News Live at 6, we'll hear from the owner of the stolen car who says it was taken right outside of his apartment building this morning. One person is in the hospital after a house explosion south of Bemidji, Minnesota. It happened near Carr Lake Road, southwest in Grant Valley Township just last night. Take a look at this video of the aftermath. County officials started getting calls around 5:30 last night about an explosion somewhere in the southwest part of Beltrami County. It was actually big enough to rattle windows and knock pictures off of walls. Emergency crews eventually fanned out and searched the area for the source when they got a call saying a house had exploded. One person was taken to the hospital. Police are still investigating. New Hope City Hall is closed today after 2 Minnesota police officers were shot outside the building late last night. Gunfire can be heard in the background on video from the city council meeting, which was just wrapping up when the shooting happened.
A resolution authorizing the purchase of an electronic reader board sign.
Get down, get down. Everybody get down.
That went right through the door.
Get down, everyone get down.
Somebody got shot.
Stay down.
Authorities say 2 new police officers had just been sworn in. They left the council chambers and were confronted by a man with a gun who started firing at them. Other officers returned fire and killed the gunman. The Hennepin County Sheriff's Department says the 2 officers who were shot are in good condition and are expected to survive. We're still working on breaking through some fog and heavy clouds this afternoon, but once again, a mild day for the end of January. Let's check in with meteorologist Robert Hahn to see what we can expect as this Tuesday goes on.
Yeah, fog has been kind of stubborn in some areas. Still visibility is down to a half a mile in Gwinner. We're slowly seeing visibilities rise here in Fargo, at least for the short term. Visibility 5 miles now here in Fargo. Still 2 miles up in Grand Forks. 2.5 miles in Valley City. Still some locally dense fog, especially in extreme southeastern North Dakota. Temperature-wise, off to the west, not too bad. It's sunny in Jamestown with a temperature of 36. Also seeing some sunshine at Devil's Lake, 34. Some 40s out in western portions of the state, and some of our southwestern counties may see some 40s as these clouds eventually get on out of here. Wind chills with some southeasterly breezes, 5 to 15 miles per hour, some stronger gusts. 19 in Fargo, 18 in Grand Forks. Also 18 in Fergus Falls and in Sisseton. On the radar, we've seen a few echoes in northern Minnesota, so don't be surprised to see perhaps a few flakes of snow in that area. Otherwise, some very light precipitation in the form of some mist perhaps falling. Today, around 40. Tomorrow, upper 30s, both mild by January standards. Chance for some late day snow on Wednesday. Who stands the best chance? We'll let you know coming up in just a little bit.
Thank you, Robert. The monster storm system expected to paralyze the East Coast for up to 3 days is starting to impact the Midwest. Passengers scheduled to arrive at Fargo's Hector Airport at 10:24 last night didn't make it in until after midnight. And there could be a lot more of that kind of trouble today. A spokesman for the Minneapolis-St. Paul Airport says many more cancellations are expected from this winter storm event, which is predicted to be one of the worst in history. If you're scheduled to fly to or from the East Coast or make connections out east in the next couple of days, call your airline to make sure your flight is still on or make arrangements to change your flight plans if needed. 2 people from the Twin Cities are in the Cass County Jail after a police chase that started in West Fargo and ended with a crash in North Fargo. Police say Anthony Sims lost control of his vehicle and crashed into a fire hydrant and then a fence. He took off running but was found about 2 blocks away. He was arrested on numerous charges, including possession of drugs with intent to deliver, reckless endangerment, and driving under suspension. A passenger in the car, Lanisha Fagerstam, was also arrested for possession of drugs with intent to deliver. A 2-year-old child in the car is now in protective custody. The search will resume for the 34-year-old Moorhead man who disappeared early last month while snowmobiling on the Cheyenne River. The West Fargo police chief says the search for Cole Schwint will resume tomorrow with tracking dogs scouring the area. He says the Valley Water Rescue Team and a group from Jamestown are expected to bring their mini subs to the site on Thursday, which are equipped with sonar and cameras. Holes have already been drilled in the ice, but officials are waiting until tomorrow to give the water time to settle. Schwint has been missing since December 2nd. Intensive search efforts for his body were called off in mid-December. 2014 was a banner year for the construction industry in the Fargo-Moorhead area. Figures released today by the Home Builders Association show there were more than 4,400 building permits issued for the year. They total nearly $1.4 billion, and that's a record. Housing starts account for 27% of the total number of permits, but commercial construction leads the way in terms of the dollar value of those permits. North Dakota lawmakers are considering a bill that would allow school board officials to possibly pay some teachers more. House Bill 1315 would amend current statute to allow the board to notify the superintendent of public instruction if they are unable to fill a vacant teaching position with the current pay. Then give them the opportunity to increase the level of compensation to attract qualified candidates. The legislation includes a provision that the pay could not be reduced to that person in future years. People opposed to the bill say it's too broad.